Hey team, this is Nathan from RunDreamAchieve.com. Today's video I wanted to talk on a question I had received from one of my subscribers who said, hey, can you make a video on how to break a sub 2-minute 800 meter time? And I think that the 800 meter without question is a highly anaerobic event. You need to have raw speed. I competed in the 800 meter all through high school. I didn't really move into focusing on the 800 meter when I was in college, but I never broke 2 minutes, so I can't necessarily say that I ran in the 150s for the 800 meter, but I did run 2 flat .01, so which is about as close to breaking 2 flat as you possibly can get. I enjoyed the event. I was more of a miler and 2 miler when I was in high school. I ran 4:25 for the mile when I was in high school, 9 minutes and 46 seconds for the 2 mile. And what I can definitely tell you in terms of the 800, and if you're wanting to break 2 minutes, at least from the experience that I have, okay, you definitely need to develop your speed. You have to be able to sustain 60 seconds per quarter for 2 laps in a row with, there's no rest in between there. So you really have to drill down, especially on the last 300 meters of that race. I think a lot of athletes that are trying to go under 2 flat go out far too fast the first 400 meters, and that was one of the mistakes that I made. Now granted, I did run 2 flat, so within a second less of breaking 2 minutes. But looking back, I definitely know that I was running too fast my first quarter. I would go out the first, usually when I ran 2 flat, I would go anywhere from 54 to 55 seconds to the first 400 meters, which looking back now, had I went out in maybe 57 or 58 seconds, I would have ran in the 150s. So I think you have to be cognizant about how you run your race. Your pacing obviously is very important. I think another big mistake athletes are making outside of going out too fast is they start to make their move with 200 meters left in the race. You need to start thinking about your attack method in the last 300 meters of the race. This is kind of like in the mile. Most athletes will wait until that third lap, where the third lap is the most important lap when it comes to running a fast mile. But what I would always do is I would always start my attack 600 meters out from the finish line. I would not wait until 400 meters to go, waiting for someone else to make a move. You have to make that move in the race. And these really fast anaerobic events like the 800 meters and the mile are totally different as compared to, say, the 5K or the marathon distance, especially the longer distances, 10K up to the marathon. You have plenty of time to make a mistake. You have hardly any time to make a mistake in the 800 meter because it's so fast and it's over with so quickly that if you misjudge your pace or if you do not focus on developing your leg speed, overall leg speed, you're not going to break 2 minutes or run anywhere close to 2 flat. I did the very best that I could with the amount of overall leg speed that I had when I was in high school. I probably would have ran in the 150s when I was in college. I just never ran the 800 meter again after my senior year in high school. I was really focused on the 1500 meter and the 5000 in college. Never even ran a 10K on the track in college. I ran the 10K on the roads, but only ran the 800 meter in high school. And so I do know from experience, having run many 201s, 202s, 2 flats, and running that personal best of 2 flat .01, which I was just agonizing over because I was so close to when I saw the finished time, not breaking 2 minutes. But what I want you guys to keep in mind and gals to keep in mind is if you're trying to break 2 flat for 800 meters, get accustomed to very high level, very aggressive types of workouts. Doing VO2 max workouts are very, very important and critical when it comes to breaking 2 minutes. Okay, VO2 max, and when you're training at such high intensities, your body simply can't clear that lactic acid. But you have to train well below 2 minute 800 meter pace as well. It's the same fundamentals whether you're running an 800 meter or you're running a marathon. What is the goal time? In your case, you want to break 2 minutes. So even when I was in high school, I would never just train at 60-second quarter speed. I was doing 200s and repeat 300s, even repeat 400 meter repetitions under 60 seconds. The goal was always, I got to get that 60-second pace to feel somewhat manageable, okay, somewhat less aggressive, so that I can get to that last 300 meters in the race and really pour it on and be able to really maintain the pace. Because again, in the 800 meter, you're going to feel like you're speeding up, but really you're just about maintaining the effort. Now, granted, you can negative split also in the 800 meter. You can go out and let's say a 62, which, you know, for a lot of people may think that that might be too slow. But if you can run a 62 and you can come back with, say, a 56, you're golden. You got a 158. So it's really about how you want to run the race. I always think that, yes, you have a better shot of breaking 2 minutes if you negative split. If you kind of be a little bit somewhat conservative in that first 400 meters and really do the best you can to dig down deep and attack on that last 400 meters, especially the last 300 meters. Do not wait until 400 meters out. Okay, start making your attack, or 600 meters out from the end race, not 300 meters. Start your kick 600 meters out. Okay, plan that, and don't allow your competition to try to make their moves on you with 1 lap to go. So I think that doing those things and being cognizant of your pacing and in your preparation as a whole, repeat 200s, get to a point, you know, 8 to 10 200 meter repetitions, anywhere from 27 to 29 seconds. Again, under goal race pace, under 60-minute 400 meter repetition pace, where you need to do 2 of those reps in a row under 60 seconds. That's going to take massive amounts of your overall focus on anaerobic training. Granted, it's not just the speed you need. You definitely, for an 800 meter, those tempo runs are still important too, because you're building up that stamina and strength that you need to break 2 minutes. Okay, when I was in high school, I think the reason why I was able to lower my personal best for 800 meters down to 2 flat was because I was strengthening myself and running longer distances as well. Running the mile, get to a point where I could run 425, getting to a point where I could run the 2 mile in 946. Again, even the 2 mile went out too fast. I'd go out in 444 the first mile and come back with a 502. So some runners go out slower and then come back faster, which is really the kind of the smarter way to do it if you want to do a negative split. But if you do make the mistake of going out too fast, just make sure that you have the tenacity and the mindset that, hey, I'm going to do this and I'm going to stick with it, and whatever happens, happens. Stick to your game plan. If you go out too fast, suck it up, because there's nothing you can do in the 800 meter, but hold your form the best you can. That's another tip. If you want to break 2 minutes, be as relaxed as you possibly can. One of the muscle groups that tighten up the quickest is the face muscles and your shoulders. Usually you start tensing up and your shoulders start to rise. Consciously tell yourself to relax. I'm in control. I'm the boss here. And also remind yourself too that the athletes that you're competing against are also in massive pain too. Okay, they have to deal with this highly aggressive, fast pace, and they're hurting just as bad as you are. So when you're in the race and someone makes a move, just be mindful of the pace. Okay, if somebody goes out in a 53 the first quarter, and you're not prepared for that, you're gonna really pay for it in the second lap. So if, again, you're trying to break 2 minutes, you're trying to run 2 flat, you're trying to run 1:59 or faster. Okay, so don't go out too fast. Okay, 53 is way too fast. Okay, you want to play it smart. Go more so around 58 to 62, and then come back with a negative split. Okay, or if you're going to slow down a little bit, just slow down minor, just a little bit in that second lap. But again, don't wait until 1 lap out. Okay, start your attack 600 meters out from the race, and just gradually start picking up the pace and really attack when you have 300 meters left to go in the race. Okay, so most athletes in that 800 meter race will start making their move and try to really strike when it's 200 meters to go. That's where the all-out effort goes. If you start making your move 300 meters out, you're going to get in better position. You're going to be more in control. The athletes that are trying to make their move are going to have some of that gas, taken out of them, because you started to attack further out. And make your long run for home 300 meters out rather than 200 meters out. Okay, you're gonna have to play it really smart to break a 2 minute 800 meter. Like I said, I tried to run sub 800 meter or sub 2 minute 800 meter 2 in high school, and ran 2 flat several times. Okay, so I understand the frustration. You know, I ran like 2 flat .84 a few times. I ran 2 flat .01, which is my personal best from high school. And so I know how aggressive and how fast you have to be to break 2 minutes for the 800 meter. Focus on those 200s, those 300 reps. Get those 300 reps down to around 44 to 45 seconds, 46 seconds, or faster. Repeat 200s anywhere from 27 to 29 seconds. Mile repeats. You're gonna have to be able to run 5 to 6 1-mile repetitions well under 5-minute mile pace. If you can get to a point where you can do 4 to 5 to 6 1-mile repetitions anywhere from 440 to 450 per rep, you're going to be dangerous in the 800. You're going to be well prepared because you have, again, you've worked on developing your speed, that overall leg speed that you need to break a sub 2-minute 800 meter, but you've also built that strength and stamina that you need because you've done those repeat 2 miles. You've done tempo runs, branching those tempo runs out to around 3 to 4 miles, especially if you're in high school or even if you're a collegiate or you're out of college, where you're just competing, you're trying to run 800, maybe you're a master's runner trying to break 2 minutes, or maybe you're trying to break 2 minutes on the roads as a time trial. Doing those longer tempo runs also will make you very strong. It's going to build up your strength and stamina, and it's a mental race too. So just know that when you're trying to break sub 2 minutes for 800 meters, everybody else in the race is hurting too. Everyone else is hurting. So you have to just be more mentally calloused and strong and physically tough in this race. It's going to be over like that. So again, it's not a marathon where you can go out too fast and kind of adjust your pace and start settling into the pace. You have to get out fast in 800 meter, get in a good solid position, and sit on those athletes that are going through that first 800 meter or the first 400 meters around 57 to 62 seconds. And so if you go out in a 62, you really have to turn and burn on that second quarter. If you go out in a 57 or 56, then you have a little bit of wiggle room in that second quarter to still break 2 minutes. So I hope this video has been helpful for you all. If you're thinking about running an 800 meter and trying to go under 2 minutes, again, when I make a video, I want to make sure that it's a time that I specifically ran myself so I can really speak on it, but I do know I came close enough to breaking 2 minutes that I can at least give you an indication of some of the mindset and the tactics and tricks you need to know that worked for me. They got me to 2 flat and helped me really, and again, always work on your speed. It doesn't matter if you're a middle distance runner or you're a long distance runner, especially if you're more settled for the longer races. Always work on your speed, okay? Because that speed work is what kills. That speed work will make you stronger whether you're training for the 800 meter or you're training for the marathon distance. So if you have any other questions or concerns, feel free to leave me a comment below. If you're brand new to the channel, hit that bell icon and the subscribe button so when I make a new video, you'll be notified of it. And if there's anything else I can do for you all, whether you're training for an 800 meter or the marathon distance, leave me a comment in the section below, the comment section below, and I will definitely reach back out to you. And I wish you guys all the best. Let me know, keep me informed on the comment sections of how you're training and when you break that 2 minute 800 meter time. I'm looking forward to hearing about it. So I'll talk to you all in the next video.